Andy, welcome to Souped Up Recipes. As the Mid-Autumn Festival approaches, it's time to indulge in the joyous traditions. I'm excited to share our special treat, lava custard mooncake. This is a true delight with its 3 delectable layers. At its core, you'll find a luscious, runny lava filling. The middle is a creamy custard, and all of this goodness is wrapped by a buttery cookie crust. It's an amazing combination that will surely captivate your taste buds. Let's start by making the center, which requires the salted egg yolk. You can buy them from the Asian market. They usually carry it in the fridge or freezer section. If you don't have access to buy them, you can check this video to learn how to make your own. The lava filling and the custard layer, they each need 2 salted egg yolks. So we're going to prepare 4 at once. Bake them in a 360 degrees Fahrenheit oven for 12 minutes. Meanwhile, combine 14 grams of unsalted butter, 68 grams of whipping cream, 3 grams of gelatin powder, 17 grams of sugar, 7.5 grams of milk powder, and 30 grams of American cheese in a saucepan, about 1½ slice. Mooncake is a traditional Chinese dessert, so I know some of you will probably ask, why use cheese? Well, nowadays, mooncake has developed many different fillings with all kinds of flavors. Using cheese is very popular as well. Personally, I think the cheese flavor pairs really well with the salted egg yolk. Speak about that, they should be done baking. We're gonna use 2 for now and reserve the other 2 for the custard. Press them through a fine sieve into the saucepan. Once done, make sure you scrape the bottom of the sieve so you don't waste anything. Get a piping bag, twist the tip and put it into a cup. Put the saucepan over a low heat stove and stir for a few minutes or until the butter and the cheese are melted. Like that is perfect. Turn off the heat and we're gonna pour it into the piping bag. This mixture is very fluid, so make sure you hold the opening and carefully take the piping bags out. Besides that, you will also need a silicone mold. We're gonna squeeze the filling in. Each one is about 7 grams, so please make sure the size of the mold is small. You can use a scale to be precise. I made this recipe many times, so I know each of these cylinders is about 7 grams, so I don't need a scale. By the way, if you don't have round silicone mold, the square one will also work, but it will make the wrapping a bit annoying. The amount that I gave should be enough to make 16 fillings. Alright, put them in the freezer overnight. Now, we're going to make the second layer, which is the milk yolk custard filling. You will need 3 egg yolks. If you don't know what to do with the egg white, you can use 1 whole egg instead. Continue by adding 80 grams of sugar, 120 grams of milk, and 42 grams of melted butter. Make sure the milk is not too cold, otherwise the butter will clump up. Sieve in 32 grams of cake flour and 15 grams of milk powder. Stir until no lumps. Then press the salted egg yolk through the sieve as well. Optionally, I will add some red food coloring. Why? The lava center and the custard filling share a similar color. The food coloring will give separation to different layers, so the presentation looks nicer. Mix well and pour it into a saucepan. I like to let it go through the sieve again to get rid of any lumps. Turn the heat to low, stir it constantly. This will take 5 to 6 minutes. In the first 4 minutes, the mixture's consistency will not change at all, It looks like nothing is happening, but when it is about 5 minutes, the liquid becomes lumpy. You have to speed up the stirring to make sure nothing sticks to the bottom. Soon, all the liquid will set. Continue to stir for a minute or until the mixture becomes non-stick and separate from the bottom of the saucepan. Alright, that is good. Transfer the filling into a container. Right now, the custard is very soft. We have to chill it in the fridge overnight to firm it up. Alright, that is all the work for today. We'll see you tomorrow. The next day, take the custard filling out of the fridge. It has firmed up a lot after overnight chilling. Divide it into 16 even pieces, 18 grams each. Roll each one into a ball. Once done, cover them so they don't dry out. Take the lava filling out of the freezer and pop them out of the mold. Poke a hole in the middle of the custard filling and stick the lava filling in. Carefully wrap it. Do that to all 16 of them. Please understand that the frozen filling will get soft due to room temperature and become difficult to wrap, so please work faster. If you are slow, put some in the freezer and take them out gradually. Remember I made a square filling? You have to round it a little bit before wrapping. We're going to put them in the freezer. We're not trying to freeze them, we just want to keep them nice and cold. Here is one of my failure examples. Because the filling is too warm, it will turn soft quickly in the oven and cause the mooncake to collapse. Now, we're gonna make the wrapper. Like I mentioned before, this is a butter cookie formula. You will need 91 grams of room temperature unsalted butter and 80 grams of icing sugar. Whisk them until fluffy. You could use granulated sugar, but it will take some time to whisk until dissolved. Use a spatula to scrape the side so you can incorporate everything well. Continue by adding 30 grams of whipping cream, 1 egg yolk, a quarter teaspoon of salt, half teaspoon of vanilla extract, and optionally, some food coloring. Stir well. Many custard mooncake recipes will use custard powder. You may wonder why I didn't use it. Custard powder is just a mixture of starch, flavor enhancer, and food coloring. That is the beauty of cooking. If you understand what an ingredient really is, you can always approach the same result with replacement. Therefore, we're going to sieve in 20 grams of cornstarch and 200 grams of cake flour. Switch to a spatula and mix until you don't see any dry flour. This will take only 2 minutes. Don't overmix because we don't want it to be doughy. Right now, the dough is slightly sticky because the butter is warm. Cover it and let it rest in the freezer for 20 minutes. Once the butter is chilled, it should be non-stick. Divide the wrapper dough into 16 even pieces, about 25 grams each. Use a scale to be precise. Then roll each one into a ball and cover them so they don't dry out. Take the filling out of the freezer. They are cold and firm, but not rock hard. Perfect for wrapping. Grab a wrapper dough, poke a hole in the middle, and shape it into a small little bowl. Place the filling in. Use your forefinger and your thumb to squeeze around and push the wrapper up. When you get to the very end, push and seal it completely. Roll it in between your hands to make it perfect. Set it aside. I calculated this recipe with precise measurement. 7 grams plus 18 grams and plus 25 grams, making a total 50 grams mooncake. Therefore, you will need a 50-gram mooncake presser. Just so you know, mooncake molds have many different sizes, and I prefer the 50-gram one because it makes the perfect bite-sized treat. However, bigger size means less wrapping and less work, so you can double the amount for each layer and make 100-gram mooncakes. I will link this product in the description. You can check it out later. Brush the mooncake pattern with flour to prevent sticking. Take a mooncake ball and coat it with a little bit of cake flour as well. Shake off the excess. Shape the ball into a cylinder so it is easier to put into the mooncake presser. Then gently press it down onto a baking pan that is lined with baking paper. Stay there for a couple of seconds to establish the shape. Then release it. Look at that. Beautiful. It is satisfying to press mooncakes. I just love to see them come out nice and neat. Oh, by the way, if you don't have a mooncake presser, you can bake them round. The taste is the same. However, as a traditional dessert, they need a sense of ceremony. Preheat the oven to 360 degrees Fahrenheit. While waiting, quickly mix 1 egg yolk with 2 teaspoons of water. Brush the egg yolk onto the surface of the mooncake. Don't brush too much at once, just need a thin layer. Make sure you brush the side as well. We used quite a lot of yolks today. For the extra egg whites, you can use them to tenderize meat and make Chinese stir fries. Here is a demo video. Also, you can make macaroons with egg whites. The oven is preheated. Bake the mooncakes for 8 minutes. Take it out and brush another layer of egg yolk. This time, you will only need to brush the top. Put it back into the oven and bake for 6 to 8 more minutes. Every oven is different. You should stay next to the heat and keep an eye on the mooncakes. The filling is cooked already. We just want to cook the wrapper. Mine took about 6 minutes. This is how they look. Let me cut one open because I can't wait to show you the oozing lava filling. Take a bite. This mooncake is sweet, moist, and creamy. To fully appreciate this elegant dessert, pour yourself a cup of tea. It refreshes all that rich taste and makes you craving for more. I hope you give this a try soon, and happy Mid-Autumn Festival. These lovely treats represent my best wishes. May the round moon bring you a happy family and a successful future. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!